This is a presentation of the benefits of a graphical interface for remote monitoring and control. The animation you see is part of the built-in web interface of our Triton Water Treatment Controller. We call it the dashboard. It's a real-time display showing the measurements of various inputs in real time, as well as the status of the control relays that are used to activate chemical pumps and other devices such as a bleed valve. Looking toward the top of the display, I can see that on Tower 2 there are 2 chemical pumps active, currently injecting chemical into the system. Toward the bottom, I see an indication that the bleed valve must be open as water is bleeding from the system. And in the middle, I can see an unmistakable warning of a problem. This is a low alarm on the ORP sensor, the oxygen reduction potential sensor, measuring the amount of oxidizing biocide in the water. If you need further information about a device, simply hover the cursor over its icon and additional information is available. You can see that the bleed valve has been on for 135 minutes, that the pH sensor's current status is normal, and going up to the oxidizing biocide pump, we can see its control mode and then it's been on for less than 1 minute. This is a very handy way to dig into a secondary level of information without cluttering up the initial display. Further information is available, also access to the control configuration settings, by simply double-clicking the icon. Let's go check the actual control settings for that bleed valve. By simply double-clicking, we get access to all its configuration settings. We have manual controls we can use, we can edit its custom name, and we can change its alarm settings, when it has an alarm and why, and what happens. Let's go to that ORP sensor and change its custom name. I think bleach level is a good name for this device. And there it is. It's just that easy. Another feature of the Triton Water Treatment Controller is that it can send alarm emails. Here's where you can set up the LAN IP settings to put it on the internet. Here are the 3 email addresses that you can define for alarm emails. You can also send a test message to make sure your settings are working. We also have a data log that can be downloaded automatically to 3 email addresses. This can be downloaded daily, weekly, monthly, any setting you prefer. And down at the bottom are the SMTP mail server settings that you would get from the IT person at the installation. There are only 3 email addresses that you can define, but it's very easy to set up a group email at the SMTP server level so that more people can get an alarm email or automatically receive data download. Another handy feature of remote monitoring is to be able to check the model, serial number, software versions, firmware versions, any information you need to access about your device. You can check it remotely and make sure that it's got the latest software and is up to date. Also, the Triton has a 3-level password access system. The admin level is the highest. He's the only one who can change passwords. There's user 1 and user 2. We also have a read-only mode, but it can be disabled if you need to. User 1 by default starts with all the power of admin except changing passwords, but that can be adjusted. You'll notice his change access is set up at the top level menu level. User 2 starts with very little change access, but here what we're going to do is actually turn user 2 into a read-only mode with no control access that requires a password. A lot of flexibility in the system, and we like the security that it provides. So what are the benefits of a graphical interface for remote monitoring and control? Obviously, the ability to view the status and current operations at a glance, that there's more information available by simply hovering the cursor over a device icon, but also the detailed configuration settings are available with a single click, being able to set up alarm emails and control your data downloads, being able to confirm software and firmware versions, making sure the device is up to date, as well as defining and controlling passwords and their ability to make changes to your system. And of course, the bottom line is that you'll save a lot of time and money and satisfy your customer.